Introducing news tonight, these top stories: a fiery speech by Jesse Jackson and Valley Democrats' favorite son highlight tonight's Democratic National Convention.
Plus, we'll hear what our governor has to say about the convention and what Democrats are saying about him.
In sports, the hilarious lowlights and the inspiring highlights from tonight's baseball action.
And the heat hangs on in our exclusive AccuWeather forecast.
Also in the news tonight, the plans to extend the extension of Highway 41 all the way to Madera.
These stories and more now on Action News.
This is Action News, the Valley's #1 newscast, with Liz Harrison and Don Postos, Dan Taylor on sports, and Angelo Scholars with the AccuWeather forecast. Now, Action News at 11.
Jesse Jackson filled the Omni Convention Center in Atlanta with electric emotion tonight.
Jackson called on Democrats at the National Convention to unite for the common good. He praised the man who beat him, Michael Dukakis. Jackson said the Democratic Party must find strength by expanding, or it will be weakened by division.
So America is that out of the many, we become one. Providence has enabled our paths to intersect. His foreparents came to America on immigrant ships. My foreparents came to America on slave ships. But whatever the original ships, we're in the same boat tonight.
Earlier, Jackson lost his platform proposals to raise tax rates for the rich and to declare no first use of nuclear weapons. But tonight was clearly Jackson's night at the convention. And for the Dukakis campaign, that's okay. Jackson's call for unity and common ground must have been just what they wanted to hear.
Well, Liz, Jackson's speech clearly highlighted the convention's second night, but a prominent member of the Valley delegation shared the spotlight tonight as well. Kevin Riggs reports from Atlanta that Merced Congressman Tony Coelho helped set the tone for the night.
Let's have a big cheer for California's Congressman Tony Coelho.
It was a remarkable moment for Tony Coelho and a memorable time for members of the Valley delegation. One of their own had taken center stage in this national drama to sound a partisan refrain.
When unfair trade costs 2 million working families their jobs, their health insurance, and their hope, where was George Bush? When Edwin Meese mocked the values we teach our kids, where was George Bush?
As the #3 Democrat in the House of Representatives, Coelho occupies a prominent role in the California delegation here. His words tonight cemented that role and touched a popular chord among Jackson and Dukakis supporters alike.
I think it's the kind of message that can get to the public, particularly those people who are watching at home. Where was George Bush? And I think that's what we're going to try to get to the people from now until November.
I thought it was excellent. Plus, I thought he turned his crowd on. First of all, he shut them up, which is good. And secondly, he turned them on. I think he did a beautiful job.
I'm especially proud to have a member like Tony speaking. I think he's given one of the most inspirational speeches so far, and he's certainly got one of the most responsive interactions from the delegation.
At the 1984 convention, Coelho operated very much behind the scenes. Tonight, he and his wife Phyllis were visible, vocal, and talking victory. Coelho's speech tonight is yet another notch in his reputation as a fast-rising star in the Democratic Party. His remarks, along with those of Jesse Jackson and Ted Kennedy, set the stage for the real business of this convention, tomorrow's nomination vote of this party's presidential candidate. In Atlanta, Kevin Riggs, Channel 30 Action News.
Coelho's appearance kicked off a night of great speeches for the Democrats after Coelho, one of the Democrats' biggest names, captivated the convention with an attack on Bush of his own. Senator Ted Kennedy calling Bush a hear nothing, a see nothing, a do nothing vice president. And as Coelho did before him, he asked where was George during the Iran-Contra scandal and the White House dealings with Panamanian strongman Manuel Noriega. The audience spontaneously responded.
Where was George? Where was George?
Kennedy predicted that Dukakis and Benson would build a newer frontier and even greater society. Liz?
As you might expect, California's Republican governor has a differing view of the Democratic ticket. Governor George Deukmejian says he's been watching the Democratic convention closely and he's not impressed.
Why change to something that is totally unknown and to put into that office an individual who has a reputation of being, of course, very, very liberal?
Now, Deukmejian continues to say he is not interested in the vice presidency, but at least one top Democrat has his doubts.
Deukmejian will stick by his statement that he wasn't interested in it. I don't have any doubt that if the Republican hierarchy goes to Deukmejian and says, look, we need you on the ticket, we're all behind this concept. I'm talking about President Reagan and President Ford and George Bush, that we really need you, he would do it.
Some predict the Deukmejian nomination would win California for the Republicans in November. Well, it's in the voters' hands now. Tulare County supervisors have agreed to put a 1-cent sales tax increase on the November ballot. The 1-penny increase would help to pay for improving Tulare County's roads. In a recent survey, nearly 70% of those responding said they'd pay more at the cash register if it meant upgrading the county's highways and byways. Estimates are the 1% sales tax increase could raise as much as $20 million for the county over the next 20 years.
A frustrating drive of bumper-to-bumper traffic. That's what greets rush hour commuters traveling along Freeway 41 north of the San Joaquin River. And as Joe Chabala reports, the plan Caltrans has to alleviate the congestion doesn't please those who travel that stretch of the road.
5 o'clock, quitting time, and Fresno workers head home to Madera and points north, Oakhurst, Bass Lake, and Yosemite. The drive on this 2-lane section of Route 41 can be frustrating. 41 is at near capacity with 20,000 cars traveling it daily. And when the Freeway 41 extension to Audubon is complete next year, congestion is expected to worsen.
The amount of traffic is anticipated to double in the next 20 to 25 years.
Tonight, Caltrans presented different proposals it's considering to improve traffic flows all the way to Highway 145. The 11-mile stretch could be expanded to 6 lanes at a cost of $60 million. But what the audience heard tonight that didn't please them is that there is no money for the project, and the earliest anything can be done at all is the 1990s.
What I'm saying is maybe you're looking too far ahead, and what we need right now is more lanes that will handle the current traffic and will handle an increase off of that traffic. And I can't see that it's going to be much more expensive than going out here every year and just retopping.
We know we need it now. We're doing everything that we can to deliver a project and improvement at this site as soon as we possibly can. The truth of the matter is that it takes a certain amount of time to accomplish both a process and actually the design of a project.
Further complicating the matter is homes and businesses that might have to be displaced for the expansion, and an archaeological site has been located along the route. That, coupled with other environmental concerns, could delay the project even further. Joe Chabala, Channel 30 Action News.
A Fresno raisin distributor has been tentatively sold to the parent company of Dole Pineapple. Kessel & Cook says it'll buy Bonner Packing, but the companies refused to release a purchase price. A lot more news to come on Action News. Valley residents charged with growing opium get their day in court.
A happy but traumatic ending for 2 kidnapped children in Sacramento.
And a fire near one of this country's greatest national parks.
This might be one way to keep your cool, but a better way is to cool off with air conditioning in a new Hyundai. And this month at Rodway Hyundai, it's included for only $99. And how about this for a low price on a beautiful new car? A Hyundai XL, only $53.88. You can drive one away for payments of just $89 a month. Come check out the coolest cars in town. 5590 North Blackstone.
Introducing a totally refreshing phenomenon. Coca-Cola and Slurpee. Great taste, icy coolness. Coca-Cola and Slurpee. It could only happen at 7-Eleven.
Tonight on Nightline, he's a leader, a symbol, a thorn in the side. And this could be the biggest night of his life. Ted Koppel looks at the many faces of Jesse Jackson tonight.
Am I mistaken? Or is that bacon? There's no mistaking. The 2 strips of bacon in Van Camp's new deluxe bacon. Tell me more.
Van Camp's Deluxe Baked Beans are seasoned with 2 strips of real crumbled bacon for an irresistible taste.
I'll buy that.
I'll try that.
So if you take it with real smoked bacon, you'll love Van Camp's Deluxe Baked Beans.
New from Van Camp's.
You'll get a winning deal now at your Hall of Fame dealers World Series of Savings.
Like Mickey Mantle says, the World Series of Savings is on now at Herwalt Oldsmobile GMC truck. For example, a 1988 Cutlass Calais for as low as $11,988. This Grand Slam sale also has winning deals for a limited time on GMC pickups starting at $69.88. Score a winner today on the entire inventory price to sell at Herwalt Oldsmobile GMC truck.
A Fresno judge ordered a local couple to come back to court in August. Fresno police arrested the couple last month on charges of possession of opium for sale. Police found 10,000 opium poppy plants growing in the couple's backyard, and they estimate the value at $250,000, the biggest opium bust ever in Fresno. The couple has pleaded not guilty to the possession charges.
A 4-year-old Sacramento girl who has been missing for 5 weeks is reunited with her family tonight. And a church janitor is under arrest, charged with kidnapping. Authorities found Candy Tallarico hidden in a crawl space under the church altar. Police also found another girl who was kidnapped yesterday. She was found bound and gagged in the trunk of the suspect's car. The suspect, 32-year-old Kenneth Michael, a deaf janitor of the church, allegedly tried to kidnap another girl yesterday, and witnesses wrote down his license plate and gave it to police. Neither child was molested nor physically abused.
Following the second high-rise fire in Los Angeles in 2 months, the city's acting mayor has outlined a new high-rise water sprinkler ordinance. The latest fire broke out late last night at the Union Bank Tower in downtown Los Angeles. Fire investigators estimate the damage at $500,000. They say the blaze erupted when a maintenance worker rubbed a paint thinner-soaked cloth across an electrical outlet, starting a flash fire. The fire spread to 2 floors of the high-rise. The workers suffered first and second-degree burns. Just 2 months ago, 1 person died and 40 were injured when a blaze broke out at the First Interstate Tower in L.A. 14,000 acres and still going in Yellowstone, Wyoming tonight. Lightning sparked this tremendous blaze last week, and with no rain from Mother Nature, firefighters have all but given up stopping its path. The U.S. Forest Service called in over 500 firefighters from around the country, but the extra help has done little to control the fury of the flames. And unless it rains or more help arrives, firefighters say the blaze could burn until the snow falls.
There is yet another probe being launched of Attorney General Edwin Meese. This time, the Justice Department is looking into possible ethical violations by Meese. Meese is giving up his post in the Reagan administration after an independent prosecutor said Meese would not be indicted for any of his activities while Attorney General. Secretary of State Schultz says the United States is now ready for direct talks with Iran about accepting a UN peace resolution to end the Iran-Iraq war. Schultz made those comments while in Tokyo, where he's been meeting with Japanese officials. Meanwhile, Iraqi warplanes attacked several industrial sites in southern Iran. 2 Iraqi fighter jets were shot down in a dogfight with Iran.
Sports is up next with Kevin Cook.
Strawberries for Darryl Strawberry tonight.
Tomorrow night at 9, it's a Channel 30 movie special. He was an ear witness to an accident. Or was it murder?
First you feed me all this nutty assassination junk, then you give me a blank tape. What for?
Because somebody erased it. They've erased all my tapes.
John Travolta stars in Blowout. Tomorrow night at 9, only on Channel 30.
You know, things are not always what they appear to be. Hyundai from Korea. Chevy Sprint from Japan. This one costs less. Better value? Perhaps. City mileage Hyundai, 28 miles per gallon. Sprint Metro, 54 miles per gallon. Sprint gets 26 more miles on each gallon. And it comes with a 660 powertrain warranty. So which do you feel is the real value? Chevy Sprint. No fooling.
You're watching Channel 30 Action News, the Valley's #1 newscast. Still to come, Angelo Stylis and the AccuWeather forecast.
Here's a steak and giant fried shrimp. Very hard to keep to yourself.
Do you want that shirt?
Do you want that hand?
Yes. Oh, Patrick, look at her.
Don't even think about it.
Thank you. No, come. If you really loved me, you'd give me that shrimp.
I love you.
Sizzler steak and giant fried shrimp. Very large, very crisp, and very reasonable.
Back by popular demand.
It's summertime saving time.
Another chance at sizzling summertime savings on Mazdas. Another chance for a steaming hot deal on any Mazda in stock from $323 to $929. And another chance to save with factory-to-dealer incentives on Mazda trucks. So one last time, what time is it?
Mazda summertime savings time.
Get a great deal at your Northern California Mazda dealers today.
Stand by, sports fans. Kevin Cox is in for Dan Taylor tonight.
You know, we don't want to dog poor Darryl Strawberry, but if I was going to do a Darryl Strawberry sportscast, I'd sit back and I'd say, Fresno Flames made it 2 in a row tonight at Selland Arena. See, I wouldn't try.
Enthusiastic, huh?
I wouldn't try. Fresno beat Chicago 109-97. No reflection on the Flames. Clinton Wheeler and Perry Young led the Flames with 22 each. Flames play Youngstown tomorrow night at 7:30 in Selland. Now, I'm going to explain the Darryl Strawberry thing. The Cincinnati Reds scored 10 runs in the bottom of the first inning against the Mets tonight. Not all of those runs, of course, were Darryl's fault, but 3 of them were. Now, if an outfielder tries to make a catch and misses, I have no problem with him, but watch what Strawberry pulls out here. Look at this. Oh, he missed it. Yeah. I don't know why people pay for it. Now, the Reds can't decide whether to laugh or to run. They decide to run, then laugh. What do you tell the pitcher or the manager when you make a play like that? Darryl. Now, the Reds pitcher, see, we're still in the first. The Reds pitcher, look at him. He rips one all the way out there. His first major league hit, that's Jose Rijo, helps his own cause. The fireworks go off. The inning's over. The Mets never recover. Cincinnati 11-2. In Chicago today, at least the guy in the stands tries to catch Bobby Melvin's homer. Watch him here. Not a bad try. Give him a Mets uniform, put him in right field. The Giants snapped that 5-game losing streak with a couple of extra runs in the 5th. Brett Butler drives in Rick Russell, who has a no-hitter going through 7, ends up with a 5-hitter through 8. Giants beat Chicago 3-1. In the National League tonight, we just saw that Giants-Cubs score. Padres and Pirates split a doubleheader. Jimmy Jones, 6-hitter, takes the first for San Diego. Junior Ortiz's 3 RBI do it for the Pirates in the 2nd. There's that Reds-Mets score. Houston's Mike Scott, just back from the disabled list, leads the Astros over the Expos with 11 strikeouts. The Phillies' Kevin Gross wins his first since June 17th over Atlanta 6-4. And the Dodgers still 6 ahead in the National League West, even though L.A. loses to St. Louis tonight. Over in the American League, the Oakland A's just keep on rolling in the Bay. Today, Oakland sweeps Cleveland in a doubleheader. Here's Dos Palace's own Dave Henderson blasting a 2-run shot in the first game. That goes along with a 2-run homer by Mark McGuire. Dennis Eckersley comes in to relieve Bob Welsh. He gives up a 9th-inning homer right here to Mel Hall, taking it all the way out there to right center. Nice view of the Coliseum there. Anyway, Eckersley hangs on, though, for his 28th save. In the second game, McGuire hits another homer, and Eckersley gets his 2nd save of the night, 2 on the night. A's 4-2 and 9-6. Over Cleveland. Here we are in Baltimore as Gary Reedus settles in underneath this one in left center. He makes the catch. And here comes the runner trying to go to third.
And the throw. Out at third base. A double play.
The Orioles no, he was out of there. The Orioles into 4-game losing streak in game 1 of the doubleheader. Thanks to this guy, catcher Mickey Tettleton. He pounds this one out and left, but he really shines on defense. Watch him in slow motion here, moving with the bunt. Getting the mask off, stretching out. Nice catch, Mickey. Put you in right field, too. Now we're in game 2, and if you're scoring at home, I think it's the old 2-5 split. Oh, that goes through his legs. And the shortstop with a great play. They practice, I know, they do that. White Sox come back in the second game. There are the scores, 2-0 Baltimore and 6-4. On to the rest of the American League. The scores from the doubleheader again. There's that Cleveland-Oakland. Oh, we've just got 1 score. Well, that's okay. They played 2. After 2 hours of rain delays, Texas finally beats New York. In Boston, Mike Smithson and Bob Stanley combine on a 3-hitter. Red Sox shut out Minnesota. The Brewers are still winning. Milwaukee wins its 10th out of 12 tonight over Kansas City. Steve Balboni's 2-run homer in the 7th lifts Seattle over Detroit. And Rance Mullenix with a homer in the 9th. Toronto does hang on, and that 7-6 score stays. stands.
So you put a lot of people out in right field tonight, huh?
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
I hope Willis Strawberry doesn't have any relatives in town.
Well, Liz, I mean, how much do they pay that guy? You know?
Too much.
You never
Tonight.
saw Willie Mays. Willie Mays made the basket, but at least he tried.
Okay, so we're out in left field now. Here we go, Liz.
Angelo's AccuWeather forecast is high in the hundreds.
And he'll have the update on the heat wave next on Action News.
They call it El Capitan, pure granite, the largest single piece in the world, nearly 4,000 feet straight up. And I'll tell you, when you're standing up there, you know you're on solid ground. Well, I get the same feeling about Great Western Bank. They've been around for 100 years now, helping folks out through the good times and the bad. And they'll continue to be there. Nowadays, the Great Western family of companies stands for over $30 billion in assets, and for the security of federal insurance, so you know your money's real safe all the time. Things sure do look great from up here. You know, there's just something about a solid foundation that makes you feel good about a place.
You are now entering the eye zone where our story begins. First, you notice one tiny line, then another. Now, from the Estee Lauder Laboratories comes Eye Zone. With continued regular use, this unique repair gel can rebuild your skin's appearance, dramatically diminishing the visible signs of aging around your eyes. And the science of younger-looking skin becomes reality. At Macy's.
Circuit City is getting cleaned out fast because right now we're having a massive summer clearance. Save on 3 top brand washers. This Frigidaire large capacity is just $269. This Whirlpool 5 cycle large capacity is only $339. And Maytag's custom push button is just $399. These are clearance prices, so get to Circuit City fast before all the savings are swept away. Circuit City's summer clearance.
What's the difference between a Herwald Chevrolet and any other Chevrolet? A Herwald Chevrolet costs less. So drive a little and save a lot at Herwald Chevrolet in Selma.
Well, it was hot today, but it was a nice 3 degrees cooler.
Did you notice that? Could you tell?
Yeah.
I think it didn't get as hot as fast today. I think that's maybe what it was.
You're right,
It was still below 100 at noon today.
Noontime, yeah, and it heated up in the afternoon. And in fact, the official high went up another notch. By 6 o'clock, it hit 105.
Oh. So it wasn't so much cooler today.
Mother Nature, I'll tell you. We have an 81 at Merced right now. Some cool air still rushing through the gap up there east of the San Francisco Bay Area. 87 it is in Visalia, currently in Fresno. With an 89, the barometer going up from 29.83. The dew point at 64 degrees, relative humidity 44%, winds northwest 8, visibility 15 miles. And the winds are rushing through Travis Air Force Base at this hour out of the southwest at about anywhere from 15 to 25, even as high as 30 miles an hour, coming through the San Francisco Bay Area. And some of that air made it down to the valley today and coaxed some lower numbers today. We can't say cooling, although the temperatures did drop around Sacramento. It was 112 at Sacramento yesterday, dropping down today to about the 103 category. Today, though, still some hot numbers in extreme northern California. 116 for a record at Redding, 115 for a record at Red Bluff up in Oregon, 102 at Eugene, 109 at Medford. The big dome of high pressure is sitting right just off the northern California coastline, and it will continue to bake California at least for the next several days. In fact, if the cool marine air rush stops in the next couple of days, we may see some 107s by this coming weekend. Low clouds off the California coastline moving back into parts of the coast tonight. Tropical storm Daniel just off the midsection of the coast of Mexico. Winds now at about 40 miles an hour, moving to the northwest at 5 miles an hour. Systems along the Gulf of Alaska will move into British Columbia and will not affect the west coast. Okay, national high today. Death Valley, once again, 2 degrees lower today at 125. The overnight low, 35 degrees west of Yellowstone, Montana. And around the country, beneficial rains from Kansas on up into the northeastern United States. 0.60, 0.6 of an inch of rain at New York City tonight with the thunderstorms. 35-mile-an-hour winds in that area, too. Parts of Kansas overnight got 3 inches of rainfall, and 1 inch amounts of rainfall occurred all the way to the Ohio Valley. So good rains there, and that will happen tomorrow once again as the system more or less stalls out from Pennsylvania down to portions of northwestern Arkansas, and then some afternoon thunder shower activity in the southwestern United States. We even had a couple of thunder showers tonight or earlier today east of San Bernardino. Worst weather, we're going to give it to New Bedford, Massachusetts. Dense fog all day, low visibilities, light rain too. And the numbers for tomorrow, Merced 100, Fresno 103, maybe a couple warmer. Visalia 103, 70s in San Francisco, Monterey, 86 in Los Angeles. And the 5-day forecast, there we have it for you. A couple of 107 Saturday and Sunday. If that marine flow stops, we'll watch it. Okay? Tomorrow morning, you can wake up to that sunny and warm on the rush hour, 75 to 83 degrees today. Some sections on the coast today, cooled off by as much as 30 degrees.
Gee, we could only be so lucky.
Really? Absolutely. Okay, buddy. Just ahead on Action News.
2 Fresno police officers who made a difference.
Ants, roaches, fleas, all these smelly, messy sprays. How do I know if they're going to work? There must be a better way.
Call Clark Pest Control.
Rats, mice, black widow spiders, I've tried everything to get rid of them. Isn't there a better way?
Call Clark Pest Control. Since 1940, Clark's exclusive pest away service has helped keep California homes free of pests, inside and out. It's safe and effective, guaranteed. So call Clark Pest Control, the better way. Listen.
Can't you hear us calling? We're Marine World Africa USA. Come closer. Come today.
Man, do I want a beer. But I promise not to.
Hey, come on, relax. I can't get over how you quit drinking.
I don't want it anymore. Schick helped me lose my craving for alcohol.
And I'm white-knuckling it.
Call Schick. It's special medical treatment, more than just counseling.
You were in the hospital, what, a month?
No, 10 days and a couple follow.
Maybe I better call Schick.
Yeah.
Schick's alcohol program has the #1 success rate.
Back by popular demand.
It's summertime saving time, summertime saving time.
Another chance at sizzling summertime savings on Mazdas. Another chance for a steaming hot deal on any Mazda in stock from $323 to $929. And another chance to save with factory-to-dealer incentives on Mazda trucks. So one last time, what time is it?
Mazda summertime saving time.
Get a great deal at your Northern California Mazda dealers today.
A big day for Fresno farmers tomorrow. The Fresno Irrigation District will decide whether to continue water deliveries next month. And new stricter contamination rules being considered by the state could lead to the shutdown of many wells in Visalia. Plus, we'll have live reports from Kevin Riggs at the Democratic National Convention in Atlanta. That's tomorrow on Action News at noon and at Live at 5. Liz?
You wouldn't think it could happen to a police officer, but it did one night in March as Officer Everett Rabone was climbing into his car. An off-duty officer's gun fell to the ground, a bullet went off, and struck Rabone in the neck. Well, today, the 2 fellow officers who helped save Rabone's life were honored with their department's highest award. Officers Salvatore Mistretta and Michael Nella received the Lifesaver Award. They helped stop Rabone's bleeding until emergency technicians arrived, a procedure they learned during training.
The need in times like this that officers as well as firefighters are required by law to have certain minimum training standards in case of emergency medical services. And without that, we probably wouldn't be here today under the same circumstances.
3 members of the Fresno Fire Department were also honored for their work in saving Rabone's life. And that'll do it for Action News. Nightline with Ted Koppel is up next.
From all of us here at Channel 30, good night.
When you see news happening in your community, call the Action News line anytime at 1-800-423-3030.
Just how do other models stack up against the new 88 Chevy Beretta? Well, Beretta has a price of just $99.17 after your cash back, and that includes air conditioning. You can buy a Toyota Celica with air for about that price if you can find a brand new 1985 model. Mazda RX-7 is under $9,900 if it's a new 82 model. And the only Honda Prelude that matches Beretta's price was one sold 6 years ago. Chevrolet Beretta at $99.17 with air. It's a great value today, not just yesterday.
A night for Excedrin PM.
Today was some test for this teacher.
My dog ate my homework.
Not my Jamie.
What?
Your class will be bigger, so?
So I can't sleep and my head aches.
When just a pain reliever isn't enough, you want Excedrin PM. Excedrin PM. Strong aspirin-free headache medicine plus a second ingredient to help you sleep. Tonight, Excedrin PM from Bristol Myers. Headache medicine, and it helps you sleep.
Remember when you brought the new car home? It was an important day in your life.
If it's important to you, it's important to us.
At Safeco, we know how you care for your car. To help protect it, talk to your independent Safeco agent about high-quality Safeco auto insurance.
If it's important to you, it's important to us.
Safeco. If it's important to you, it's important to us.
Channel 30, KFSN TV, Fresno.